All right, joining us now to talk about Biden's re-election bid, Republican political consultant Jason Cabel Roe and Democratic political consultant Adolph Mongo. Thank both of you for being here tonight.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. We want to get your initial thoughts tonight. Adolph, let's start with you. Your thoughts as Biden is going to try to make another run at the White House.
I know people are like, why don't you just go away? He has done a
That's how you feel?
incredible job. Who do we have that can run in that spot? I think he has done a great job. He had some bumps along the way, but he better than the 4 years we had under President Trump. And nobody is talking about Trump. He's about 80 years old. So why is Biden, the spotlight is on him?
Well, it's interesting you bring up the age, and that is really one of the biggest concerns. And Jason, I'll ask you, should that be the concern of the American people, his age?
Well, it's not the number. It's visibly you can tell that his faculties are not there, whether physically or intellectually. No amount of makeup and lighting is going to mask how old Joe Biden is. He's 80 years old right now. If he's successful, he'll be 82 at his next inauguration. And if he finished out that term, he'd be 86. And we're already seeing the wear and tear of being president. We saw it with Barack Obama and how quickly he grayed, and George W. Bush, how quickly they grayed.
And there's been so many studies and pictures over the years about the stress and the impact being president has on your health and your body and how much they age over time. Of course, we all age over time, but the stress and the toll it takes on a president.
Well, and when he ran for president, a few years ago, he got the luxury of doing it from his basement because of COVID, which made it pretty easy for a guy of his years. Today, he has to be the sitting president while running to be president. That's two very big jobs, and he had neither of those when he ran the first time.
Adolph, when you look at what Biden has done so far as president, he figures a little more time to be able to get this job done with so much going on coming out of the pandemic. If he's reelected, what would you like to see him continue to work on?
Well, jobs, cities, crime, those are issues that we're feeling in Detroit, so we have to take care of our own. He has a issue at the border, immigration, all those things. I think under the circumstances, Biden has done a hell of a job. And people saying, oh, he's too old. Listen, we done had presidents half dead. We done reelected them, Franklin Roosevelt. I think people are concerned, Republicans, oh, he's old enough, something might happen to him. And then you have Harris as the president. Ronald Reagan had dementia when he left office. And, they hid it. So we done had that situation before. Now, is he all right? That's up to his physicians to say, you can run. I think if he wasn't up to the task, I don't think he would announce that he's running. I don't think his wife would let him run. She don't want to see him die on the campaign trail. But I think that he's going to be hard to beat, especially if you put that wacko Donald Trump there as the nominee for the Republicans.
Jason, do you believe Biden is going to be hard to beat?
I don't, based on his record. I mean, it's difficult to point to many things that he's performed well on. When you look at crime, when you look at illegal immigration along the southern border, if you look at how bad our relationship is with China, it has exponentially gotten worse. We're losing standing in the world. We have allies in Europe that are starting to hedge their bets and align with China. And frankly, when you look across the board, they redefined recession so that he didn't have to own a recession. There's not a lot of good economic or foreign policy news that he can run on. And so I think Trump makes it easier for Joe Biden to get reelected, but I think someone like Ron DeSantis makes it real difficult for Biden to get reelected.
Do you think this will come down to Trump, Biden once again? Is it going to be just deja vu all over again?
I mean, right now, if you look at polls, but it's a year before the first primary, so we've got a lot of road to travel. A lot of things can happen. In addition to the Alvin Bragg indictment in Manhattan, there are 3 more investigations going on into Trump. So we'll have to see what's happening there. And then you have a sexual assault suit that was filed this week as well.
But he's Teflon. And you think he's going away? I don't care if he loses the Republican nomination. He's going to loom large.
I don't disagree.
We had a president that supported an insurrection in D.C. We had Republican senators. Listen, y'all underestimated Biden during the midterms. Man, barely got Congress and didn't get the Senate.
And I would say that is because of Trump more than anything else.
Well, you still got Trump. Trump is the elephant in the room, and he's not going away. I don't care how many indictments, how many trials he's facing. He has a base.
One can hope, Adolph.
Well, this is not Oz. He's not the wizard, but he looms large at the end of the day. DeSantis has real issues. He can play that woke stuff in Florida, but he's going to have to go. Will he win Michigan on that?
Well, DeSantis still has yet to formally announce he's going to run for president.
But he's doing a rope-a-dope. As I was telling Jason, the only person I know that can take all the hits and still win, that was Ali. They punching DeSantis, and he's going about his business. I don't know if he waits too long, he's going to be out of the game.
What does Joe Biden have to prove, you think, in this next election to become president, to get a second term as president? I mean, is it the age thing? Does he have to address the age?
He got to address the age thing. And that's number one. He has to address it.
How do you address it?
By saying, okay, I'm 80, 82, so what? But I'm physically fit.
We've seen him riding his bike with Joe Biden.
If he's too old, then you need to take out half of the Senate and half of Congress. That's what you're dealing with. Look at the Supreme Court. You might have
there's a big difference when you have bodies in which you're talking about 1 of 100 in the Senate, in Congress, et cetera. We're talking about the chief executive, the person that leads the country
Jason,
globally, and if something happens to that person.
Are you old enough to remember they brought in Strom Thurmond? He was in a coma. He was 100 years old to vote in the Senate. Republicans forget about all that. Now, all of a sudden, it's an age thing.
But it's chief executive. It's the president.
Donald Trump, the McDonald's man. Listen, I want to see his physical. I want to see.
Right, but say what you want about Trump. I think the physical appearance of Trump, you don't question whether or not. You don't question his age.
Yeah, Biden looks like he's about to accidentally walk into the closet and go to the bathroom. Trump still is a pretty vibrant late 70s. You see him out doing rallies. This is a guy whose mental and physical faculties.
Don't let Biden fool you. He's not an easy pushover.
And Jason, I'll ask you, as a Republican, with everything going on with Trump and all these lawsuits, civil lawsuits, everything going on with the district attorney in New York, how much is this going to hurt Trump's chances, assuming it's Trump against Biden?
Well, I don't disagree with Adolph's point about Trump's not going away and that he's Teflon on some of these things. But as they start piling up and polling continues to possibly show him losing to Biden, and let's say DeSantis is in the race and polls are showing him, if you're a voter that cares about the future of the country, you want conservative policies implemented, are you going to stick with a guy who seems to be headed for certain defeat, or are you going to pivot to somebody that doesn't bring the kind of baggage that Donald Trump brings to an election? And so I think, where Adolph is absolutely right, these things unto themselves are not going to chase voters away. But I think you take all these things together and people say, is this one guy worth all this trouble when we can go do this and win with this guy? So I think that's the opportunity.
But he's a cult-like guy.
Agreed.
And you got these folks, they're zealots. Listen, he said, come to D.C., let's take back the election. And you had every nutcase in America converge on the Capitol, and you saw what happened. Yeah, that's the kind of personality Trump has. A Jim Jones type personality where he tells people drink the poison, but he's not drinking the poison. He wants somebody else to drink the poison.
Well, and
So
some
you
of these
got
investigations
30,
might start to show some of his supporters that they're being manipulated.
Now, if it's not Ron DeSantis, who do Republicans have that can beat Joe Biden?
I don't see anybody else in the,
I don't either.
So that leads me to my final question for both of you. If you can answer it quickly, in this moment right now, a lot can change, but as we sit here today, who do you think will actually win? If it's going to come down to Biden and Trump, who's going to win?
Biden.
I think the way things have gone, say what you want about Trump's leadership style, but I think people felt more secure about the direction of the country when Trump was president versus where we are right now with Biden.
Well, a person that got in bed with every dictator in the world.
We didn't find ourselves in any foreign entanglements.
He's selling secrets to North Korea.
Yeah, well, we don't have to
Russia.
sell them now. We have the Biden administration
But
national
he
security
took them all
apparatus
home
leaking
to
them.
Mar-a-Lago. Man, listen, don't underestimate Biden. Biden is going to be up to the task, and he's going to get reelected.
Well, once again, Joe Biden announcing he's running for president for a second term today, making it official this afternoon. Well, Adolph, Jason, thank you guys so much for joining us with insight into what's going to potentially happen in 2024.